Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. And don't even know how to start today's show for obvious reasons. However, I am David Squeezaniki, broadcaster, entrepreneur, father, man who believes in human rights, man who do not believe in racism, a man who believes in morals. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cruising with a Case Handler. Today's show is exclusively on immigration, upon which this nation, the United States of America, was built upon. And I've got some of the finest, most experienced attorneys with me today. We've got Alan E.K., we've got Nelson Madrid, we've got Conrad Pollock, respectively nicknamed the General, the Maverick, and the Maestro. Let's get into our show. I am opening up the show. I don't know how you attorneys would like to start this show on this beautiful, wonderful day that God has given us. However, I let you all start because I am trying not to say much today.
Well, are we talking about the Yankee game last night?
Must be the Yankee game last night. You know, I'm a Bronx guy, I'm a Yankee fan, so must be that. But good morning, Conrad. How are you?
Good. Good morning. Yeah, we're all smiling and all, but it's actually what we witnessed last night is nothing really to be smiling or laughing or be happy about. Just the spectacle of the president of the United States acting like a kindergarten schoolyard bully. And look, Biden, he was giving it right back. I don't know that he had much of a choice, but clearly that wasn't his strategy, but it was clearly Trump's strategy to come out swinging and throw Biden off stride and just interrupt him every time he started speaking, which may have done Biden favors. Who knows? That's what I'm hearing. This is what our political situation has become, and it's just despicable. It's despicable. That the president of the United States, the alleged leader of the free world, is acting like. I like to listen to Fox after these kind of things, and I'm watching Hannity last night, and Hannity is lauding him. Oh wow, he was awesome. He was like a gladiator out there, and I'd like to see just the two of them. Forget the moderator, just put the two of them out there for 2 hours and let them go toe to toe. It's like, what are we talking about here? MMA? This is where we are. This is where we are right now, and this is where this president has brought us.
Yep.
Oh, what I find interesting, right, is let's flip it here right quick, and let's pretend, Obama were the president, and Obama would have said, "Stand back, stand by," right? To a specific group of people. Fox News would just
explode.
And I don't even want to, again, I don't like to use specific names, but I have one word to describe what I saw yesterday, and typically lawyers just are never short for words, but wow. Wow.
I have one word too, but I would lose my broadcast license. So I can't use that word. So I got to preserve that. So.
Well, the silver lining from last night was that immigration was not mentioned.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nobody, in terms of the big issues of the day right now, nobody really cares about immigration. And maybe that there'll still be, Trump in 2 weeks or so talking about the caravans and the hordes are forming to storm our borders again, because that's what he liked. That's one of his favorite lines to scare people. But now his favorite line is to tell suburbanites that the suburbs are going to be gone under President Biden. They're going to disappear. And I thought that was one of Biden's best responses. That basically it's nonsense how the suburbs now are much more integrated than they used to be. It's not 1950 anymore, and that the suburbs are not just all lily white and afraid of integration. It's not quite like
Conrad,
that.
Nelson, Alan.
Yep.
Let me ask you, all three of you, something.
Yep.
All right. How is it possible for the president of the United States, listen up, to say to a white supremacist organization, stand back and stand by? How is it possible that he can say something like that in this day and age and is getting away with it?
I don't know that he's getting. I don't know that he's getting away. I don't know that he's getting away with it. Even on Fox News, they're talking about his inability or refusal, or both, to come out against white supremacy.
Yeah.
Even on Fox News, they're saying,
but,
oh, of course, the White House responds, oh, well, he's been condemning white
all
supremacy.
right, he's getting away with it. Someone said he has been consistent.
This has been, listen, at the end of the day, if it walks like a duck, it looks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Okay, don't be deceived. Okay, and it's pretty obvious it's a divide and conquer mentality. And united we stand, divided we fall. Right? How did we get to where we are today? Right? I mean, I was talking to coworkers this morning, and we were reminiscing, about the good old days when Obama was debating McCain and Obama was debating Romney. What happened?
And in fact, remember, just sorry to interrupt, when McCain was at some kind of rally, and some woman came up to him when he was running against Obama and said, "Oh, Obama, he's a terrorist and he's Arab," and McCain came out and defended him. And he says, "No, he's not. He's a good man, and we just have a difference of opinion on the issues." Right? Can you ever imagine this moron ever coming out and saying anything like that, anything close to that?
Well, what's interesting, and I don't know if you guys caught this. I mean, because there was just so much going on, but Chris Wallace asked, is it true that you paid $750 in federal income tax? Completely dodged the question.
Yeah.
Ignored. I've paid millions of dollars in taxes. Sir, have you paid $750 in federal taxes? I paid millions of dollars. You're not answering.
Just answer the question.
Let me tell you guys something. And again, and I said this before, Kamala Harris, that's my girl. That's why you need a strong person in that position. You can't allow a bully is only a bully if you allow him to be a bully.
Yes.
Okay. And sometimes you need somebody.
You got to kick him in the nuts.
You need somebody to stand up to that bully.
A few notches, yeah.
Okay, and I don't know that picking a passive vice presidential candidate in this election would be the way to go.
I concur with you.
I mean, this is not.
I understand.
What is normal, right?
Yeah.
What is normal now?
Yeah, I posted something on my social media platform, and someone made a comment, and I had to go in on them. It's a black person saying, "Squeeze, I don't know what you think. I don't know what black people are thinking. But Biden is not the answer." And I had to go in. I'm like, even if you have a stance right now, just take a look. You gotta pick the lesser of the evils. You understand what I'm saying? One has to. If one does not, this country is going to end up where it should not be. We will be a disgrace to the rest of the world, and we're supposed to be the leading nation, the most powerful nation. We're supposed to have the most powerful president, and here we are in a cluster F. Anyway, immigration is what this show is all about. I think we've vented. Alan, you're good?
I'm good.
All right. Conrad, you're good?
Yeah, I mean,
Elsie, you're good?
again, my strategy in these situations, I always like to see. Look, I'm a liberal and I'm proud of it. I always like to see what the other side is saying. So I watched it moderated by Fox News. I watched after the debate. I watched Fox News. I flip back and forth. But I like to hear what they're saying. I'm watching Fox News this morning, and again, look, clearly the usual hacks like Hannity and Carlson and those idiots. That's Trump kicked his ass. But then you listen to the newscasters and the more the actual journalists. There aren't many.
The real journalists, right?
Actual journalists there, and they're also, and you know, the New York Post had an article, had a headline. The Wall Street Journal had a headline. Politico. I mean, these are not left-wing organizations, and they were all saying basically it was a shit show. You know, and it seems like a third thought.
You gotta watch that word. That's that word.
Sorry, third. You edit me out. A third thought Trump won. A third thought Biden won, and a third thought nobody won. I mean, that's just.
Well, you know,
a third was just disgusted. It's like they didn't even want to watch.
Right.
You know, I was speaking with a coworker today, and sadly, her daughter was told to watch the debate and write a report on who she thought won and why. I don't know that I would have even felt comfortable having my kids watch such a thing. You know, I mean, this is, again, the United States of America. You know, did I really just witness the president of the United States personally attacking an opponent? You know, bringing up the fact that his son had, you know, prior, you know, drug issues.
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
cool.
I hope his children are proud of him. You know, I mean, if that were my father, I'm not sure I would have been able to sleep last night. You know, I would have been embarrassed. You know, it's look, you know, let's listen, give us a call, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. Let's get back to immigration. Let's get back to immigration here.
That's what we're getting back to, and trying not to do this sheesh show. All right, not trying to do a sheesh show. All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to it. Once again, filing fees are going up when? Tomorrow, gentlemen, attorneys. Filing fees are going up tomorrow, right?
That's something we need to talk about. Alan,
Yes.
take it away.
Alan.
I'm ready. That's the big news, that a federal court has enjoined the fee increases. So the filing fees are not going up tomorrow. It's on hold. The federal court has put a hold on it. And so until it gets to a higher level court, you don't have to worry about new fees going up October 2nd. They're not going up right now. It's all the way it was, which is very good news. And it's been all the immigration people are talking about it. So remember, filing fees are not going up right now. Of course, you do want to file for naturalization as soon as possible, because sooner or later, the naturalization fees are going to go up sooner or later. But basically, this is the best news that we could have gotten yesterday, aside from watching the debate. Filing fees are not going up right now. The federal court has put a hold on it for now. Biggest news of the day.
And I'm sorry to interject, but Squeeze, as you can see, things change on a daily basis.
Yes.
This is like a soap opera.
Yep.
You know, so as Alan said, that is definitely good news.
Right. That is great news. That is phenomenal news. That is the most positive news I've heard within months where immigration is concerned. So that's a good thing. So once again, reiterate that, Alan.
Yep. The news of the day is that a federal court has put a hold on USCIS's increasing filing fees. So the filing fees are not going up right now. They're not going up October 2nd. They're not going up for quite a while, because I'm so sure the government is going to appeal to a higher court. But right now, for quite some time, filing fees will stay the same. So don't go to sleep. I mean, you want to file your applications as soon as possible anyway. You want to file for naturalization as soon as possible, because if those fees hadn't been held up by the federal court, the filing fees, U.S. naturalization fees, would have gone up significantly. So if you want to vote in this coming election, you've got to naturalize and do it as soon as possible. If you're already a U.S. citizen, you got to register to vote, make a plan. You can go to iwillvote.com for information. You have it in your hands to change this government. So get your applications in. Don't go to sleep just because we told you the filing fees are not going up.
Right.
Get it in right away.
I was just about to say that. Once again, folks, if you need more information, I mean, as Conrad had noted weeks ago, go to iwillvote.com. If you want more information, feel free to call the firm, Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. They're the one making the show happen on immigration. And if you want to get all of your immigration questions, everyone that's on the internet watching us, everyone that's on 93.5 FM, call this number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. Make the call, make the link, make the connection, and get your immigration questions answered for free. If you're on social media like the Denise Joseph, the Lindas, all of those people, please share, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Just please share and let people know that we're here to help them. They can simply just call 844-774-3529. With that said, Nelson, before we get into the questions, what are some of the things that we can still do where immigration is concerned with benefits, where a lot of people are immigrants out there wondering, so is everything on hold? What's going on? Is everything on hold? Because some people are under the gross misconception that everything is on hold until the election is over. Some people are sitting around on their asphalt waiting, saying, let me see what happens with the election. Let me see what happens after the election. You know, a lot of people are sitting around waiting for miracles when there are quite a few things that we can do, Nelson. So why don't we expound on some of the things that PPID can help many immigrants with still?
You know, immigration is open for business. You know, even this presidential proclamation that basically does not allow certain preference categories from coming into the United States at this time, you know, you should still go ahead and file that petition. You know, you should still go ahead and file, I mean, adjustment of status, U visa, VAWA, you know, citizenship. You know, I spoke with someone who had wanted to file for citizenship, and a family member reached out and was concerned about filing for citizenship under this administration. You know, again, you know, filing fees were about to double, right? So you were holding off and not paying the $725, but you were going to pay $1455 for holding off. If you're eligible to become a citizen, the president of the United States is not going to affect your eligibility. You know, you are still eligible for citizenship, irrespective of who is the president. You know, family, again, immigration is open for business. I mean, you can go forward with any application, any petition, definitely file. As Alan said before, you know, filing fees will increase. You know, there is an injunction. It was enjoined, which basically means it's put on hold, but at some point that is going to increase. But otherwise, you know, again, you know, things with immigration, you know, we've said this before, Squeeze. I've been doing this for about 13, going on 14 years. You know, Alan has been doing it for a lot longer, and so has Conrad. You know, things are not going to get easier. You know, and that's what people fail to realize. You know, things are not going to be easier. I mean, if you watched the debate last night, you should know things are not going to get easier. So I think that if you are eligible for something, file while it's still an option, while it's still available, you know? So, you know, that's just my 2 cents.
Absolutely. Conrad Pollock, Nelson Madrid, Alan EK, that was Nelson himself. They are here. We're doing what's called Cruising with a Case Handler, show on personal injury and immigration today. It's exclusively immigration talk and some talk about the debate. But I want everyone to understand that you can call now, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Let's just kick it over to some questions right now before we ask Alan if he has anything else that he would like to share with us this morning. Let's go to the first question right here. And the first question this morning is, this is a long one. Hello, everyone. I have applied for adjustment of status, work authorization permit, and advanced parole in August of 2019. I have just received a letter with my husband's interview date, October 23rd, 2020, but my work authorization and my advanced parole expires January 2021. I hadn't noticed that I have a combo card, work permit plus advanced parole. So I applied for an EAD renewal a couple of weeks ago. I will have to travel outside of the country in May 2021 for religious ceremony, but my advanced parole will have expired in January. Is there anything I can do now to apply for advanced parole renewal if there's such a thing? Will I have to pay the fee again?
You have to apply for advanced parole renewal. You do have to pay a fee again. Get it in right away. And if it gets close to when you want to leave, there may be some ways of trying to speed it up. But number one, get it in now. Don't wait.
And just to add to that, employment authorizations or work permits used to take up to 90 days to renew or to receive. Now they're taking anywhere from 6 to 8 months. So you should obviously renew that ahead of time because they are taking a lot longer. Now, when you file to renew, typically in the receipt notice, you get an extension. But again, it's taking a lot longer than usual. So don't wait until the last minute to renew that.
When did she say the appointment was? Her adjustment interview was?
October.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it is possible they get approved also. No, I mean, if they get approved, then they don't need permission to work or advanced parole.
Providing they get it in October 23rd.
Assuming they get approved at the interview, yeah.
And if you want to make sure that your interview goes well, it would probably be a good idea to have a lawyer prepare you for the interview and even go with you to the interview. And if you give us a call, we can talk to you about representing you at the interview.
That's very important. And that's the reason why we're saying to people out there, make sure you call Pollock, Isaac, and the Seco. Ladies and gentlemen, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make the link. And once again, it's not just about immigration. We also got a reminder that we do have the case handler, AKA the shark. I call him that because he's so good with, of course, accident cases. If you get hurt in an accident, you need to call one firm and you need to reach out to the case handler that runs the personal injury department. His number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make sure you reach out to him, ladies and gentlemen. 844-774-3529. With that said, let's get to another question now. And the other question is, hello, I have been dating my boyfriend for almost 4 years. I am a U.S. naturalized citizen and he lives in Mexico. We would like to get married in 2 years or so. Is it legal if I get married in Mexico? Is it also illegal? No, is it illegal if I get married in Mexico? Is it also illegal if we get married in the USA? He has a tourist visa, just asking in advance.
It's not illegal if you get married in Mexico. It's not illegal if you get married here. It's a little tricky if your boyfriend comes here on a visitor's visa and then you get married here. It still can work out, but you shouldn't do without talking to a lawyer. We'll be happy to talk to you about the situation where you want to have your
I think it's about what their intentions are, right?
Right, immigrant intent.
Yeah.
Also, if he comes here with a visa and they get married, but they don't apply for the green card, he may have a problem coming back in the future because if immigration finds out, CBP finds out that he's married to a U.S. citizen, the next time he comes in, they may say, "Why are you coming here? We think you're coming here to stay permanently." And even though he might not be, he might just be still traveling. They may give him a hard time coming back in. So that's risky. So I don't know that I would get married here unless he was going to stay here and they were going to apply for the green card here. That's probably the way I would go here. Or they want to get married in 2 years, wait, and then either he comes here then and they get married and file, or they do it down there then.
It might be a good idea for you to come in and see us for a consultation.
Yeah, it's a little complicated, as you can tell from my explanation.
We can discuss
844. Yeah. If you all want a free phone consultation, now is the time to do it. Once again, nothing lasts forever. Make the call, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. It says here, my sister is a USA citizen. She applied for me in 2011. At that time, I'm 19 years old and now still unmarried. I want to ask that how long it takes for my visa. Okay, once again.
When did they file?
2011.
Should be coming up soon. So it depends what country they're from.
Didn't say what country.
And we need to know what country it is.
All right. Hopefully you're listening. If you have more questions to ask on that, 844-774-3529.
Alan, you have the State Department, the visa bulletin handy? What's fourth preference priority right now?
I have it handy, and the fourth preference is up to September 22 06,
All right,
Right.
so
brothers and sisters.
yeah, so they're still 4 or 5 years out. But like if it's from Mexico or the Philippines, it'll take even longer.
Right.
I got one more question here. My sister is a USA citizen. She applied for me in 2011. Well, no, that's just right that one. I went to the US March of 2003 as a tourist, and unfortunately, because of certain circumstances, I overstayed my tourist visa for 4 years. You overstayed for 4 years and worked. But I went back to my home country in April of 2007 without any deportation proceedings. When I went back, I studied nursing, and in 2010, I finished it, and I worked as a nurse in the ICU for 10 years. Now, my question is it possible to go back to the USA after 12 years? And can I apply as a nurse there, because I know that is on demand right now because of this pandemic?
It's possible to come back. You probably want to find an employer who will file for you as a nurse if you have meet the qualifications for nursing in the United States.
Although she overstayed?
Well, but she overstayed, but she was out for 10 years after she overstayed. So
Okay.
that's all forgiven now. Basically, look for an employer who wants to hire you. Nurses are hard to find, are in short supply. Provided you meet the US requirements for nursing in terms of licensing, that would be the way to go. Try to come back with an immigrant visa.
Yeah, the general rule is if you're here illegally, working, whatever, and then you leave, you're barred from coming back here for 10 years.
What about if you have a criminal conviction and you
Well, that's a different situation. But in her situation, she was here illegally more than a year. She left. She was barred from coming back here for 10 years. She's been out 10 years. So she can reapply. They're not going to give her a tourist visa. That I can assure you. But maybe she'd get an employer to sponsor, then she could apply for the green card.
And to answer your question about the arrests, it all depends on the nature and the severity of the arrest, right? How serious is that arrest? There are waivers of inadmissibility if your parent, spouse, or child are United States citizens. That would help you enter the United States. But again, typically this is something, anytime a client calls and asks, I have a prior criminal history, I've been arrested. The first thing you should do is get what's called a certificate of disposition and typically a criminal complaint. Okay, that is the first thing you do. Before you meet with a lawyer, you should have that available for that lawyer to see. If you don't, chances are the lawyer will ask you to go get those documents. Again, it all depends on the seriousness of the crime. And obviously that would determine what, if any, immigration consequences that conviction would have.
Gotcha. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cruising with a Case Island. Before we get to the top of the hour on 93.5 WVIP FM, if you would like to get yourself a free phone consultation, call this number now, and you will be able to speak with an attorney absolutely free over the phone. You can ask them any immigration question that you may have. All right. So make sure you make that call. Will this last forever? I know it won't. So give a call to ppid, Paula Pollack, Isaac, and Nasico. If you want to have your immigration questions answered, call this number now. The number is 844-774-3529. Even if you can't speak with them in length, at least get your name in and your phone number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Yes, immigration, and obviously also personal injury. Call it 844-774-3529. We're going to continue with Alan EK on Facebook.
It's 10 o'clock.
On whatever else you'd like to talk about, Alan, before we conclude it. I got to
Okay,
jump off.
let's talk about what's going on at American consulates overseas. Some of you have appointments at consulates. Some of you are waiting for appointments. And so, although many U.S. consulate posts are starting a phased reopening, many are still operating on a mission critical status, meaning if something's really critical, really important, they'll help you out. But routine visa services are still kind of awakening, and that's going to take some time. So that's what's going on overseas with American consulates. Let's talk about removal proceedings. Some of you are in removal proceedings. Some of you have dates. Some of you don't have dates. As far as removal proceedings, Non-detained cases where there's no date, they are postponed till October 16th, 2020. Where there is a date, there's a different situation. Now, interestingly, as far as removal proceedings are concerned, the current case backlog for removal proceedings as of August 2020 has grown to 1,246,164. That's cases waiting for removal proceedings. That's up 11% from March, when the backlog was 1,122,824. Average waiting times for removal proceedings have jumped 12% in the past 6 months. Cases waiting in the queue have already been waiting an average of 26 months as of now, and still will have to wait years longer before the hearing is actually scheduled to occur. So removal proceedings are not in the best shape. If you have a date scheduled already, great, but if you don't, they keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back, and now it's up to October 16th. Nelson is a person handles in removal proceeding. You want to add to that, Nelson?
No, that's pretty much. I mean, obviously the detained docket is still going forward. I think for the detained docket, they're allowing respondents' attorneys to appear telephonically. You don't necessarily have to go in person, but detained cases are in fact still going forward. And as Alan said, that really applies to the non-detained docket, which again are people that are not detained. They don't at the moment have a date that they expect to reopen. So we're still in the dark. There's obviously more questions at the moment than there are answers. But we'll keep everyone updated as information becomes available.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, and ladies and gentlemen, rather, I want to say, do remember that this has been an attorney advertisement brought to you by the law firm Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. They do have 3 locations, obviously one at 225 Broadway in New York City, and also in Peekskill and Brooklyn, respectively. Nelson?
Yeah, our Peekskill address is 906 South Street, Peekskill, New York. And the office in Brooklyn is at 107 Avenue I in Brooklyn, New York. Obviously, if anyone would like to visit us at those offices, you would need to make an appointment. We're not doing walk-ins at this time.
Got you. And just want to say thanks, Nelson. Want to say thanks, Conrad. Want to say thanks, Alan. After a day with that, listening to that shit show that we're on Facebook, last night, I want to say, let's all move forward. Let's go out and vote. Let's do the right thing. We obviously have a job cut out for us. I do believe that this will be one of the highest turnout where an election in the United States is concerned. And there's a movement that's going on, and we all need to get involved. And I want to say thanks to Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico, of course, for doing the right thing by, so many people. They didn't have to, give out free phone consultation, push the whole vote situation, but we are doing it. We're all in this together. And thank you all so much for watching. And prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but I love what it is that I do here, and hopefully you do too. Thank you all so much, gentlemen, and we'll talk very soon.